sort of hip thrust motion with our shoulders elevated versus our shoulders being what's on the floor and our feet being elevated. So, regular hip thrusts. We are going to allow our scaps to practically hold us into place. So I always like to roll my scapulas up and over and then kind of lock them down and into place so I don't slide off of the bench. After that, I want to make sure the bar is nicely across my pelvis. We are splitting into two here. So right where our pelvis is at, we're pretending like we're getting karate chopped in half, and our legs are one area, and here up is another area. So torso, legs, two separate areas, split in half by someone karate chopping you right in the bladder. So we're gonna roll this bad boy up, place it where we want to be split in half. So right at that bladder mark, we're gonna roll the bar in nice and tight. And I always just bring in my legs to wherever I would comfortably just bend them here. So you don't want them overly scrunched, but you don't want them too wide too. So I just, wherever I would comfortably just bring them up to where once you bend up, you're at a 90 degrees. So you can always check yourself before you put the weight on of like where is a comfy stance for you. I like feet either straight on or a little at an angle, and out as an angle, not in. After this, we are going to grab evenly on the bar, keep our scaps nice and rolled, brace our core nice and tight. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and we're going to pretend like we're filling up a balloon down in our lower tummy, and we're pushing that air and packing it down to keep a nice tight core. So the core is your back and your tummy. So we're keeping our core braced. So breathe in, brace, and drive up through our heels. Now that we're in this position, this is where we are going to let the bar collapse us in half. So still, while we have a nice braced core, so that means back's tight, lower tummy's tight, we are getting karate chopped in half, and we are slowly letting our hips cave in, keeping that chin to our chest and folding in half. I don't want us to bow at that low back, hence why we're bracing at our core, keeping that core nice and tight. Once you meet that maximal bend down part, so where we're feeling that extreme stretch right before you have to bow your back, I want us to start driving through our heels, driving our butt, squeezing our butt cheeks like you're trying to get away from the floor, and we're thrusting from that middle section of our butt. You get to the top. Keeping that squeeze, same thing, getting karate chopped in half, keeping our chin to our chest, karate chopping all the way down until our hips are completely flexed and we're not caving into our back. And same thing, driving through the heels, squeezing through your butt, trying to get away and up towards the floor. Same thing, back down. Hit the bottom of that stretch. Your butt does not have to hit the floor. That's usually going too far, and then you're compromising into your back. And thrusting up. Good squeeze. So what that would look like without weight is getting your stance ready. So I was just bringing it in nice and easy. Wherever you comfortably land your feet. So if this feels too spread out, this makes your hips feel too tight. Wherever you just comfortably lay your feet. Then we're going to have shoulders attached, shoulder blades above the bench, suctioning down. Breathe in, tight core, pretending like we have our own personal belt around our entire midsection. Same thing, we are driving through the heels, squeezing our butt, so we're having our booty flare up, and we're trying to drive up away from the floor. So the two sections that were split apart, we're trying to bind them back together to the top of the motion. Same thing, we're not overly humming here because this goes into our low back. So we're not trying to flex and extend our low back by overly flexing and extending our hips. Nice, tight core, which doesn't allow then our back to overly flex or extend. And then we are just karate chopping in half, allowing our hips to do that motion. So we're coming down, flexing as far as we can without compromising into our low back. And then same thing, driving, starting to extend those hips up, squeezing our butt, driving away from the floor to the top. Again, not overly extending, just tight core. Same thing, here is my maximum without dropping into my hips. So tight core, That's where I feel full stretch in my booty cheeks, squeezing up. This is where I feel maximal effort and squeeze from my butt. Quads are a little on fire, and I feel nice flush, but still in control and tight in my core. So you see how I went down there? I went down like this. So controlling, split in half. Hence why we want chin to chest too. This allows us to keep everything tight and follow our midsection in half. If we keep our head up, we're keeping our shoulder blades too far down onto the mat, and then you see how I'm compromising in my low back there. But yeah, so that's how we hip thrust. Message us if you have any questions. Good luck, your booty's gonna be on fire.